welcome to the Kinus Tzeirei Hashluchim Ayin Tes. What a wonderful few days we spent together, davening, farbringing, being inspired from each other. The chayas and energy that we've gained will surely keep us pumping for the year to come. Excuse me, sir, are you Jewish by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm Yossi. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, pleasure to meet you. Your children have a letter in the Unity Sefer Torah?
No, what's it all about?
Well, let me tell you about this one.
The President had just delivered a speech to the AFL-CIO meeting at the
Tov Shin Mem Aleph.
And
The
he
world
came
was in
out.
a state of shock. Everyone was gripped with fear.
The President was hit. He is in stable condition. All this information. The
It
President
was shortly after an attempted murder on President Ronald Reagan, and people needed answers.
לכל אחד ויחס, הלחץ כמה וכמה דסקונט von dem Reich המדינה, ובפרט noch nehmendig in Betracht sein Matzel הפרוטי, במגיע לביוס כפשוטי, ובמגיע zu den ersten Minen, was hat gekonnt treffen als eine Sache, wie es hat getroffen lo Achreina.
Yud Aleph Nisan. The Rebbe Farbring in 770 in honor of his 79th birthday. After giving the president his brachas for a full shlema,
Chesed derlin is a ginyan, was wird eisgehelt und für vor. Krevo wird echt sein, wenn vor schleim.
the Rebbe spoke at length about the lessons that the country, its president, and Yidden must learn from this event. Then came the announcement.
Yachra ha'hefsek von Sogen lechayim und besimcha und betru und bekel godel wird der Mamschere sein, wenn a yinye chodesh nicht in dele chadosh achas v'shor man yigezer aleichem. Aber von a atzon, a bakosho, tfishi, zboi, lekamon und mit der simcha betuv levo l'chayim.
The assembled crowd was in suspense. What could the Rebbe possibly have in mind?
Der Fall ist mit Marzia, Mitzvos, Chodesh, Legamre, am soll schreiben a Sefer Tere und der Eisische be Sefer Tere so soll sein ner nicht Varzivis Hashem. Bar Ingelach und Nederlach was einen Kedem Barmis, in Kedem Basmis.
There it was, the official launch of the Children's Unity Sefer Torah. The mission was clear. Every Jewish child under Bar Bas Mitzvah must own a letter in the brand new Torah written especially for children. As every letter in the Torah is important, what better way to bring out Jewish unity than to have every child own a letter in the Torah? To truly highlight the unity in this Torah, the Rebbe wanted it written in Yerushalayim, Eretz Yisrael, a land which belongs to all Jews equally, and he wanted it done as soon as possible. In Eretz Yisrael, it was already morning by the time the Farbrengen was over. Hearing the urgency in the Rebbe's voice, the Chabad Rabbanim wasted no time and immediately got to work. Within hours, the Sefer, Rabbi Shlomo Aaron Hennig, was sitting in the office writing the first letters of the new Torah on the best quality parchment. Rabbi Shmuly Gniwisch was appointed as the official coordinator of this global campaign. To involve the child's interest and participation, the Rebbe instructed that a special certificate should be made, one that a child would want to hang on his wall. He described exactly which pictures should feature and where on the certificate they should be placed. He also said it should be clear which parsha they have received a letter in. The Rebbe wanted that every letter should be available for purchase for $1 in that country's currency, and the child himself should pay from his or own money. He or she should also fill out the forms by themselves, for all this will make the child feel personally involved in this project. The task before the Hasidim was staggering, to recruit over 300,000 children for a complete Torah. The effort went into full gear as Hasidim and Shluchim world over hit the streets, with brochures in hand and loudspeakers blaring. From Manhattan to Tel Aviv, from Miami to Sydney, Australia, the Sefer Torah campaign was the talk of town. The whole Jewish world seemed to get right in the action as leading rabbis urged their communities to take part. The activities continued with greater heights, and before they knew it, it was time for a siyum. By the end of Tammuz, less than 4 months after the launch, over 300,000 children had bought a letter, thereby completing the first Torah, a huge accomplishment. At the Tzemach Tzedek Shul on Chaf Av, hundreds gathered to celebrate this momentous occasion. Music and dancing filled the streets as the procession continued on towards the Kaisel, where thousands more were waiting. Joy was felt in the air as news about the special Torah spread quickly. The parade finally arrived, and all the Sefer Torah were brought out as Hakafis began. The dancing went on as tourists and passerby alike joined the circle, not wanting to miss the excitement. Tears filled their eyes, and happiness filled their hearts.
Wow, thank you, Yossi. I'm going to sign up all of my children, and I'm going to tell my friends about it too.
That's fantastic, Michael. It was a pleasure meeting you
It's
today.
a pleasure meeting you too. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
You see, boys, this campaign has such an important message for every single one of us. Bnei Yisrael are like a Torah. Every Yid is like a letter in that Sefer Torah. In a Sefer Torah, every single letter is absolutely necessary. If even just one is missing, the whole Torah is invalid. The same is true of us Yidden. We are all connected and each play an integral role in our collective goal, bringing Moshiach Tzidkenu.
And you know what? The same is true with our shlichus. Wherever we are in the world, from California to Georgia, from Paris to Peru, we each play a unique role in this big picture. Just like a painting, which has so many different colors and shades. How careful must the artist be with each stroke of his brush to make sure that every inch comes out accordingly?
No two strokes are the same, as they all come together to create the ultimate masterpiece. We too are like painters. Every single shliach and every young shliach has his part to play in this masterpiece. Each mitzvah that we do is another stroke of that brush on our beautiful painting. And when every single one of us does our part, we will complete our ultimate masterpiece, making this world into a dira b'tachvenim, v'diach Moshiach Tzidkenu. Take care, Yar Kamer.